Hey, it's El Zombo. We got another Risk of Rain video. Last time we did Commando, just showed you a playthrough of 5 stages to Mithrix. Today we're going to do Huntress, and instead of the 5 stages and then the boss fight, I'm either going to go 10 stages Mithrix, or I might do the Lunar Scav Obliterate. If you're not familiar, you can obliterate and face a Lunar Scavenger if you have a certain item, and you'll get 15 Lunar Coins instead of 5 for regular Obliterate or 10 for beating Mithrix. So we'll see what happens, we'll see what items we get, and we're just going to have some fun. For our primary, I prefer Flurry. You get 6 arrows on critical strikes, or 3 normally. The slight delay in firing the Flurry is not that big a deal to me. Utility is pretty much personal preference. I prefer the regular blink because it'll give you vertical ability instead of just the horizontal phase blinks that you get, even though you get more blinks on the phase. And special should be Ballista, no question. Does, I think, more damage. Depending on how many enemies you hit. It's a lot faster to fire. It just makes more sense. Of course we're going to do Monsoon. Come on. And just like last time, I'll be kind of talking through some of the stuff I do. The decisions I make, the items I pick up, what bosses I do or don't fight. Well, you have to fight all bosses, but what enemies I do and don't fight. So we're just going to kill these, get some money. Yeah, golems give a lot of people trouble, but if you know how to time their attacks and move around them, you won't have any issues. There we go. There's a Monster Tooth printer, which wasn't good, but here we have Repulsion Armor Plate. That is quite nice. Unfortunately, I have no items up here, so we'll kill him and move somewhere else. Oh, Syringe Burner, that's incredible. Pick up the ceiling. Fresh meat, that can definitely go. Syringe might be the second most valuable white item for Huntress. Crit is the best on everybody, no question. You could argue that bleed is better, but you'll notice, if I can print a few more, what a difference the syringes make. Scrapper, which I guess helps, but I'm probably just going to turn everything into a syringe anyway. Alright, so now I need some monsters. I'm not doing great on time right now. I should probably hit... This is right around when you want to hit the teleporter and start the boss fight. But Huntress isn't someone who can handle that fight with no items, or, you know, just one syringe. I'm going to see if I can get a couple on that equipment on the bridge before I start the fight. Oh, that's perfect. That'll help me get back sooner. Oh, and look at that. Always keep your eyes open. Got an item over there. Alright, that wisp might be enough. Oh, that'll be enough. And you saw right there why I don't want to take Flurry. Oh, that equipment's no good. If I took that arrow rain, I could have killed one of the wisps, but with the Flurry, I could have killed them all, however I deem fit. So the reason I start the boss fight before going to the printer is that I want the brooch for the boss fight. It'll help. You see, I already have it up just from killing some of the Lemurians. Get rid of that thing. That is super annoying. If you sprint and jump to the left and right of the golem's laser, he shouldn't hit you. I don't think that works for Acrid though, so keep that in mind. You can use that to launch up, get in range of the boss, go back down. This here is a really helpful cliff. You can move around it, but enemies can't follow you. That orb can obviously follow you, but that's not quite an enemy. Alright, now I need to create some space because he's going to explode. Just hide behind that just to be safe. That thing has insane range. Blink again. I'm gonna move away again. I don't think I can kill him before he explodes. And you're invulnerable while you're in that blink. It's a super short amount of time, so you can't necessarily build around it, but there are instances like that where I can get that bomb to trigger while I'm inside of it, and it doesn't hurt me. So we picked up an infusion, which isn't usually that helpful, but Huntress has such a small HP pool, it's not a bad pickup. I could scrap it, but there's no promise of a green printer, so we'll leave it. I want to get that item before I print syringes. So 4:30 is when I try to leave stage 1, but in this case we have a really good printer, so we'll take the extra minute. Farm up a bit. I also like having repulsion armor plate, but that would take way too much time to go back up there and get one. I'll get one later. Except I said I'll get one later, so I'm probably not gonna. Yeah, you can already feel that difference. Let's just go. You can kind of look under the water like this to see items. So we got one over there for 60. So looking at my build, I may struggle against the Stone Titan. With the Stone Titan, you want to stay right under him because he will never laser you. Unfortunately, I do mean right under him. You cannot move around much. You'll take hits from other enemies. And because I got rid of the brooch, if there's a Stone Titan, I'm going to take some shots and it's going to be kind of risky. But don't forget, we're on stage 2. If I die, it's not a big deal. It's 6 minutes of my time, and my time is quite worthless. Alright, let's get this golem here. Dodge that. So I have enough for an item, but I'll just get rid of him. I see the teleporter prongs over there. Or excuse me, those are the sparks. If you're ever having trouble finding the teleporter, just look for those little sparks high up in the air. Okay, nice. Movement speed is always good. Elite monsters will give you extra cash, so always try and prioritize them in the early game. When you're in a boss fight, don't worry so much about that. I'll take the coin gun, it's damage. Okay, that's not bad. Always be moving and jumping like this. See, I took that one hit from the Lemurian, but if I was standing still, I'd be dead right now. I'm going to use this as cover. Hopefully the ball hits it. It does. I'm going to go ahead and use the coin gun here. It's really good damage, and this is moving kind of slowly. Alright, now I'm going to leave it. So I want to loot after the boss, so I don't want to spend all my money. Alright, we got to back up. And that's what you get for taking Ballista. That's the downside of Ballista, is that you are still for those few seconds, and I shouldn't have done that when there's a Lemurian around. That's really all that was. That got me a couple times. I remember that first Lemurian hit was because I stood still in the Ballista. But as a stage 2 run, it's really no big deal. Let's go again. And stuff like that is why I chose not to just cut until I get a great run that I can show off. You're going to die a lot in this game. It's alright. I mean, what would be the fun if you just got a god run every time? Oof, that's a downside though. You can feel the loss of speed already. That should take care of those two. I haven't seen an item that I could get that turret, but for turrets I just recommend doing that at the end. Items are better. Still don't see items though. Okay, there's one back there. Nope, that is a turret. Not a great start. Oh, we got a large chest. Perfect. Large chests have a 20% chance to drop a red item, so even though I could afford that regular chest, I'm gonna go ahead and take the large. Perfect, now I have enough. There you go, that is an amazing item. Reduces cooldown for skills. I don't remember what the percentage is, but we'll definitely feel the difference. Even just now, traveling around the map, you can notice. So just a quick tip, the teleporter usually spawns away from where you spawned. If I remember correctly, I spawned down here somewhere. So because I doubt it would be over there for that reason, I'm pretty sure it's going to be down there in that open door. He should give me enough. Yes, he does. Stealth kit's not bad. It's definitely saved me before, but I preferred damage or movement speed. Alright, so we're 2.5 minutes. Not great. But we did get an alien head out of it, so at least we're cutting our losses. Beetle Quinn. That is a very easy fight, so if I die, then I'm going to take down my YouTube channel. So I'm still taking that risk with the Ballista even though the Lemurian's around. The Lemurians in that fight that we lost were all blazing, so they were doing extra damage on top of that. That was something I should have been aware of. These are regular, so they won't do too much damage, and if I take 1 or 2 hits, I'll have time to react to it and change how I approach this fight. I'm gonna get rid of those wisps as soon as possible. Now let's try and clean some of this up. As easy as the Beetle Queen fight is, that spit is no joke. So you want to be careful to avoid that. See, this is walling me off, so I had to get rid of that. And I should be good here. Alright, not bad, not bad. Red Whip is okay, it'll help me get around the map. But it won't really be that useful until I get to the boss stage. I'm gonna take hits there, not much I can do about that. And this is why the alien head has been so helpful, because I can get that glaive out sooner. Glaive being the M2 ability. Not terrible, but 2 mediocre greens and a really good red is not the best start. I'm gonna go ahead and open this Lunar pod. Brittle Crown, no, I'm gonna pass. The Brittle Crown is just too risky in terms of losing money. And pretty much after stage 4, it doesn't really matter anymore. You'll get money quickly and you'll buy loot quickly. There's the alien head coming in effect right there. I could hit my... It's usually an R, but for me, I have it bound to the M4. People don't use side mouse buttons enough. Alright, the reason I'm staying over here for so long is I want that HEG. Kill him, get some money, and move out of here. That should do it. I see the teleporter, we're at 5.5 minutes. I don't have to start it right now, but I might as well. I'm going to take a quick look around, see what I can find. Focus crystal is not so good on Huntress, and I also still have no white items. There's another large chest, so looks like I won't have any after this fight anyway. Dude Strider is not bad if you know how to play around it. It can be tough when he launches the pots straight at you. But because I was staying mobile there, it wasn't really a problem. I'm going to keep my distance. There's no need to get into his grill. Oh, it's happening again. Alright, so I want to keep an eye out on those rolly balls and... Alright, so I'm going to keep my distance here for a minute. It's okay to go out of the teleporter if it's keeping you alive. Lucky miss there. Alright, he's at low health, so he could drop down and do his big suck pretty soon. So I want to keep my distance, but not stop damaging him. Alright, he can't go right down into the big suck when he's standing up. I want to kill some of the enemies around him. He draws health from them, so if they're dead, he will not do the suck anymore and he'll stand right up. Now when he's doing this, it doesn't mean you stay away from him and don't do anything. You still want to get some damage on him so he heals less. Because we did that, he barely got any health. I've been in fights when he completely gets all his health back, and believe me, it's not fun. Alright, not bad. Zerker's Pauldron is okay on Huntress. I'm not a huge fan of the item. Rather than relying... Oh, we got a crit printer and no white items. Isn't that fantastic? There we go. Of course, it's the backup mag, which is very nice on Huntress. We'll take an equipment, and then let's just get out of here. Oh, that helps, actually. There we go. We got a green printer. Ice band, perfect. I'd probably say that's the second best green. Well, it's kind of debatable. ATG, which I just lost, is the best green item in the game, in my opinion. Ice band is pretty close, so I'm not too upset about losing the ATG for an ice band. If you're not familiar with the ice band, when you launch a high damage attack, it will... I'll just show you. Boom, right there, he's dead. It's a cooldown of 10 seconds, though. I'm probably going to lose out on the Prayon accumulator now, but that's okay. Getting those ice bands was really nice. Take one more crit. What do we have here? Another ice band printer. Okie dokie. We might still get the Prayon if we get Rally Point Delta. If you make it to Rally Point Delta, there's a timed chest. If you open it before the 10-minute mark, you get the Prayon accumulator, which is basically the BFG from Doom. Oh, we got Rally Point. It can either be down there, which it is. It could be up in that crate there, or it could be up top. I'm going to open it. I don't want it yet, actually. I want to use the eccentric base to travel around. And you can see that Ballista is now very powerful since we took the ice bands. Not that you can rely on getting an ice band printer, but that's one reason I prefer Ballista over AR-Rain. It has the damage necessary to launch that ice band. Let's see, I don't see anything. Got some kind of white printer there. Echo Mag. It's nice, but I have the best white item in the game, so I'm not going to print that away. Can see some stuff there, so we'll go for it. Nice, good choice. Alright, I'm trying to get all this stuff before the eccentric vase thing goes away. I'm gonna take the med kit, it's pretty good healing. Got that, so let's get back on the line. Alright, I just want to see what that was. Teddy bear. Not bad, but still, I'm not going to print away my crit, and the medkit is really my only healing right now, so we'll keep it. Yeah, those ice bands are... I'm getting my money's worth out of them. Actually, a fight with Buffalo would be nice, because they'll run right off the edge. Eh. Oh, you know what? We need the Prayon. Look at that ice band damage. Half of the boss health is gone just from my ballista. That's why I wasn't upset about losing the ATG. It's off cooldown, so let's get him again. Oh, I think I hit the imp. Regular imp, not the Overlord. I really don't even need that Prayon accumulator. It's better than the vase, I will pick it up, but I'm proccing a lot of damage off my ballista. And down goes the boss. Well, there's the infusion. It's a little health, it's alright. So last time in our commando run, I talked about fighting with the items you have. I know, see, I don't have much healing, so I'm staying to the sides, I'm trying to avoid everything. And I'm building around those ice bands. I know that those are the bread and butter of my damage right now. Okay, now there's nothing else, so I can kind of stay in the middle here. He's gone anyway. Kind of surprised he didn't take more damage. Was it on cooldown? No. Well, no big deal. Alright, we're at 13 minutes. I'm going to get the item right there. Get the Prayon. Get that too, might as well. That alien head is also saving me time. Because that phase blink is now on a shorter cooldown, meaning I can zip around the map faster. I'm even going to go up here because I'm moving around a lot more quickly. You don't have to get every item. I'm making okay time, so I want to check around a bit. If you'll remember, we barely got anything on stage 1, so I'm trying to make up for that a little bit here. So I'll get these two, pick up the Prayon, and get out of here. Nice. Also nice. Alright, we got a quiet second here, so I guess I'll use this as a reminder to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content, and leave a message in the comments. Let me know what you want to see more of. I have been working on a Commando tier list. That's a tier list specifically for Commando runs. If you want to see that first, or if you want to see me go, I think I'll do Artificer next, then we can do that. It's up to you guys. Alright, 14.5 minutes. Solid. It's right around what you want here. Of course, faster is better, but if I die, I'm not going to sit there going, oh, well, I should have got to stage 4 in 13 minutes, or I would be alive right now. Okay, let's get him out of here. Goodbye. So we gotta remember the enemies are scaling as well as the difficulty, so I gotta keep moving. I can't rely on those ice bands forever. You can already see they took out the Greater Wisp, but they left me open to attacks. Remember how we died stage 2 last time was because of the ballista and not being able to move during it. This is a tough choice, actually. I'm gonna go with the Hopu Feather. I've got some damage for now. Well, I did say it won't last, but I have very little movement. I need some kind of dodge that's not my phase blink. However, that medkit is helping against hits like that. And when you blow up those egg nests to spawn the ally warship unit, they leave little monster tooth orbs that give you, I believe, 40% health back. So they're pretty nice. Alright, one more and the ally warship unit will spawn, and I'm going to try to use the Crayon on him. Get closer. Alright, come on, don't miss. Okay, that did not much damage. I believe the prongs on the Praeon can also spawn the Runald's band, and I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Sometimes it's easier to just let the jellyfish explode. Move near him, and then move away. Like that. Alright, see, we're fine. We've only done a Praeon that did very little damage, and the single ballista on the ally warship unit, and he's already that low. We got... okay, a regular pearl. I have played this game, I believe, 700 hours, and I still don't have the irradiant pearl unlocked. So to get that, you need that cleansing pearl that I just tagged, or that cleansing pool that I just tagged. I believe it's like a 5% chance to get the irradiant pearl. It's usually just a regular pearl. Nice damage. Use the Hopu to dodge that. Ice Band is off cooldown. No, it wasn't? I'm not sure what just happened. Sorry, one of you sleuths will help me out there. Got a Lunar coin, that's solid. What I probably should have done is start the boss fight during this. So at least I could kill two birds with one stone there, but that's okay. Of course, right as I go for the attack, he doesn't shield. Alright, we're getting pretty close. As long as I stay mobile, keep cleaning up the enemies on the side, we should be fine. There you go. Oh boy, we got the Interstellar Desk Plant. That is arguably the worst red item in the game. So the reason I'm not picking it up yet is a very slim chance I could get a recycler, so I could re-roll that into something else of the red variety. Chrono Baubles, I don't have a death mark, and I'd only have 2 ways to proc the death mark anyway, which you would need 4, and then you get that 50% damage boost. Try and show you that item when I can. Nice, there's the repulsion armor plate. Alright, let's find that boss and keep it moving. I'm pretty sure I saw it earlier, I can't remember though. Scrapper, not bad, we'll wait until the boss fight is done so I don't have enemies flying at me like that guy. Okay, there's the teleporter, perfect. I haven't seen any more equipment around, so I doubt I'm going to get a recycler. I'm going to start this, then just pick up the desk plant. I'm recording this right before the Week 1 NFL games, and in Football, there's a saying, you gotta take what the defense gives you. Sometimes you just gotta take what RNG gives you. Nice damage. Go ahead and pray on here. Oh, a crit. Awesome. That's not great, but I'll wait for cooldown. Should be fine. Ah, just missed that. That's okay. That was a close call. You can use the prongs of the teleporter to hide from the vagrant attack. I believe any character can do it. I'm not sure about the thicker ones like Acrid or Multi, but I don't see why not. Sometimes you have to use creative cover. Oh, ukulele, very nice. So instead of like trying to approach one of these rocks, which I did not have time for, I was absolutely going to die if I tried that. I knew that my shift and M4 were coming off cooldown, so I just let myself fall down here. Explosion, come right back up. Alright, so I think I'm gonna scrap the fresh meat, the fireworks, maybe the razor wire. Let me get rid of some of this. Clean up some of the garbage first. House is a mess. Alright, can leave the beetles alone, they're not hurting anybody. Looking for items. Take what I can get because there's a scrapper. Slug, that's nice. A couple of those and you got a stew going. Same thing, just trawling around for some items here. Not seeing anything. Trap here, nothing. Damaged chest, that's good. Oh, another razor wire. That's actually not bad. That'll extend the radius of the razor wire and the amount of enemies it'll hit. Oh, I don't know if that's worth keeping the razor wire, though. I'm going to keep it for now. We're going to do 10 stages or 8 stages, depending on if I obliterate. So I'll probably find a scrapper later on at some point. This way we can test. We can see if the razor wire is going to be helping me much. Getting 1 green scrap now, or 2 more green scrap now, is not that big a deal. That's why you always got to be aware of your surroundings. I'm actually going to keep the monster teeth for now. I don't have much healing, so I'll take what I can get. And again, I'm taking a bit of a gamble, assuming that I'm going to find another scrapper. So let's hold on to that stuff for now. Now, if I was going to go to Mithril Stage 5, that scrapper is where I'd be dumping stuff like the ukulele, maybe the infusion, just trying to get more scrap so I can trade in at those lunar, not lunar pods, but I forget what they're called. Oh, there we go. Redemption. Yeah, looking at my items, there's obviously things I don't want to lose, but it's crit. I'll take it. I'm gonna go all in here. Not even sure what I just lost. Doesn't really matter. Oof, it's not great. I want to keep that. You know what I'll do? I'll stop here. I've got good crit chance now. See if there's a scrapper and I'll get some more loot. It's a good chance to talk about printer strategy in a stage like this. Well, let's get out of there. The reason I wanted to get out of there so bad was there were blazing wisps all around me and a blazing brass contraption. Yeah, that BBC is tough. Let's try and get rid of him. Just one less boss enemy to deal with. Yeah, we're gonna need some healing soon. Even if I had the other medkit, this is not cutting it. Sticky bomb's not bad. Trying to keep an eye out for that worm. He's gonna come up and try and chomp me. Not today, worm. See, there was another example of working around the ice band. That razor wire actually helped a little bit there. I had bleeding, so it kept proccing. Or sorry, burning, so it kept proccing. Leeching seed, nice. By the way, just as an example of how bad the interstellar desk plan is, I was talking about how badly I needed healing and talking about how I needed that medkit back. I have a red healing item, and it's that bad. I'd rather have a medkit. So because we're doing this kind of longer loop, I don't have to worry so much about the boss fight, but it's still nice to think about, and a medkit in the boss fight is infinitely more useful than the desk plant, because the desk plant is literally not going to do anything. Unless I get a Forgive Me Please, but I don't even think I picked that up. We'll talk about that a little bit in my tier list. Alright, kind of been through most of the level. I don't see a scrapper. I only need 2 more pairs of crit. There are 3 other items, the scythe, the leeching seed, and blanking on the name, the one that the Imp Overlord drops. They all can give you a 5% crit chance. So I don't need to actually get 10 crit. Before I forget, let's do that. Alright, we'll take a quick look around. Blue portal would be nice to get too. Nice. Oh, that's what I lost. Earlier when we were printing, I saw I lost some kind of yellow item, but I didn't think I had a brooch, so I was confused. It's the armor-piercing rounds. It's not great, but it's alright. Oof, that's bad. Now there is an argument for taking 10, which I am going to do. Just in case I find a good printer later on and I lose a crit, it's fine, I still have cap crit. And besides, I don't have the Predatory Instinct or the Scythe yet, so I didn't have cap crit to begin with. Man, those ice bands are putting in work right now. Alright, this is gonna get me closer to the teleporter, so let's take it. It's kind of hard to tell with some of the launch pads here. Some of them will take you onto this side, some of them, like that one, took me over there. You just kind of have to get used to it, and I am pretty used to it, and I still mess up. Oh, what's this? We'll take it. The drones don't really do that much, especially the later in the game you get, but they'll pull aggro off you, so if you got money and they're just sitting there, why not? I'm burning, so let's get in here and let the razor wire hit enemies. I'm not burning, so let's move around a bit more. Okay, that did not feel good. I think I physically felt that, me sitting here at my desk. Yeah, don't sleep on those mushrooms. They don't look like much, but they'll get you. I remember I had a Challenge of the Mountain fight here once. A ton of mushrooms spawned. Like, I don't know why. but because they do their little healing, that healing works like a fungus for the enemies. It will heal anything that steps in it. They were all healing each other. I couldn't outdamage that, and the boss was a magma worm. Would occasionally step in, and I couldn't outdamage that either. So it just kind of ended the run. Let's fire that. Get some damage going. Yeah, this is one of those times you want to just keep attacking. Even if you can't get the boss, just keep killing stuff. Then there's less that you have to worry about when you can actually take a shot at the boss. So we've talked a little bit about the ballista weakness of being still in the air. If there's less enemies, I can more safely use that attack. You just have to be able to read the situation and know when to fight the boss and when to fight the side monsters. Okay, I'm trying to remember. I don't recall there being anything else of importance here. I can hop up here and take a look. I could go up there, but you know what? Let's save some time. So it's important to note, if we're going to do stage 10, I don't think they spawn before stage 8. We will run into scavengers, and you need to be strong for them. They're probably, I would say they're the second hardest enemy in the game besides Mithrix. Yeah, I'm still getting a lot of mileage out of the ice bands, but you can tell they're not, like they just decimated the stage 3 boss fight, but they're not quite doing that anymore. Let's get rid of him. Celestines, I'd probably, if it's in the boss fight, you really need to be careful about them. The enemy themselves is not that dangerous, it's just that effect is really annoying, hiding all the monsters around them. That little bubble makes any monster in it invisible. So if you're in a boss fight and those things show up, you kind of do need to prioritize them. I'd rather prioritize Malachite, but again, you just have to read the situation. If you're struggling, you got to figure out why you're struggling and devise a strategy to overcome it. So Prayon is a good equipment, but the reason I'm checking for more is the cooldown is kind of bad and the damage doesn't scale that well as we go later into this run. So I'm trying to find a Royal Capacitor, a Sawmorang would be nice. I'd consider taking a Recycler. There we go. So you remember how in the ally warship unit fight, I couldn't properly use the ice band on the Prayon? It's because it has those little prongs that come off of it, and I believe that spawned proc the ice band. The lightning strike is one strike. I know when I'm going to use ice band and know where I'm going to use it, right there. Wait, how is this on cooldown right now? I thought it was like a 20-second cooldown. Maybe I didn't fire Prayon, I definitely picked up the Royal Capacitor. That's fine, I got the damage. However, you might notice we still don't have much healing. That has not changed. So that's going to be something to watch out for. A Scythe would be perfect right now. We got the Leeching Seed and that's helping, but it's not enough. Oh, I hit something behind it. Yeah, that happens. Let's go down here and hide. Alright, not bad. We're not done yet though. Let's make sure we don't die to one of these things. That has happened to me. Alright, we got the Vagrant Wiener from the boss fight. Sorry, the Genesis loop from the boss fight. That's okay. The problem with the Genesis loop, it gives you that explodey attack that you see the Vagrant had. The downside of it is you have to be, I believe, below 25% health for it to proc. But what are the odds the later you get into a fight, or later you get into a Risk of Rain run, that you'll get that low and stay alive long enough to use that item enough to make it worth it. Not even once, just enough to make it actually worth it. So maybe in the early game it would have been helpful, but that time has passed. By the way, I'll say early game, mid game, late game a lot. Early game typically to me refers to stages 1, 2, and 3. Mid game is 4, 5, 6, and now we're going to start to move into the late game. I guess stage 7 probably mid game too. Things will start really ramping up in difficulty once we have the opportunity to obliterate, and if we don't take it and continue the run, that's when the scavengers come. And that to me is late game. I want this guy gone. He'll give me good money and he can... I mean, he's the toughest boss that should be here, so... Alright, come on. Well, the bastard, let's go. Now we get the Clay Templars. I hate these enemies so much. Oh, that's bad though. Okay. The Royal Capacitor can spike those wisps down. It's not really something you notice until you get to this point, because usually they don't have enough health. But the Malachites have enough health, and they will do it to you. Alright, we want the Clay Templars gone. He has machine guns that'll hit you from long range. I hope that you don't get to find out this run, but it is very annoying. Get up in his grill when you can, he won't start the gun attack. Meteor, no thanks. Alright, he's not going to stop spawning, I don't think, so... I need to get rid of him. I kind of want a brooch. Let's see if I can not lose crit here. There it goes, alright. And that's why I took an extra crit. So you can see the amount of enemies is really starting to pile up now. So I'm just going to start the boss and get out of here. Alright, Ice Band is not on cooldown, so I'm going to not attack anything until I have to. I'll take care of this guy first. There he goes. The reason I really want to stick to the Stone Titans, you'll notice there is no cover here, and we're dead. That was me getting killed by a Beetle Guard because I didn't jump around them properly enough. And I believe I referenced it in stage 2 when I talked about the Stone Titan. You have to stay right up in their face so they don't laser, and as I was about to talk about, there was no cover in that boss fight, none. I would have had to get clear out of there to get any kind of blockage from that laser. So I couldn't afford to move around and avoid the Beetle Guards. What I should have done is jumped off the Stone Titan and stayed up near his head so the Beetle Guards couldn't get me, and tried to use my glaive more and target them a little bit more. But that's what happens. I'm not going to bother making another run. We're coming up on 50 minutes of the video here. And that's okay. Like I said, you die a lot in this game. We are 0 for 3 now on the YouTube runs, so... You learn a little bit each time and you get better every time. That's the point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and comment if you have any opinions on what you might want to see in the future, anything that you saw in this run that you thought stood out. Do you disagree with any of my takes? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.